In New York City, danger rides the subway, but tonight these muggers boarded the wrong train. Frank Castle, the Punisher, steps onto the train. His target, a mugger holding an elderly woman hostage at knife point. Without hesitation, the Punisher advances, and the mugger makes the first move. The mugger throws a head-height round kick, likely inspired by flashy Van Damme movies, but flashy doesn't work against brutal efficiency. The Punisher defends this by using a technique known as Hasami Uke, a scissor block found in karate. It's a simultaneous outward and downward block designed for real-world self-defense. The mugger, now desperate, throws a wild right hook. The Punisher pulls from his ninjutsu experience as he intercepts it with an outside block while driving his knuckles deep into the mugger's bicep brachii, targeting the musculocutaneous nerve. This nerve is responsible for flexion at the elbow and sensation along the forearm. A sudden sharp trauma here can cause immediate motor impairment, loss of grip strength, and intense radiating pain, effectively disabling the mugger's dominant arm. Without hesitation, the Punisher grabs the mugger's jacket, using it as leverage, and pulls him directly into a brutal punch. This isn't random. Biomechanically, pulling an opponent into a strike exponentially increases impact force by combining both bodies' mass and speed. The target, the temporal bone, one of the thinnest and most vulnerable areas of the skull. This ultimately explains why the mugger's head spun like an owl's. A strike here can cause loss of consciousness, concussions, intracranial bleeding, or even fatal brain trauma. It's as precise as it is merciless. The mugger remains on his feet, but the Punisher escalates. He delivers a low side kick directly behind the mugger's knee joint, targeting the popliteal fossa. The sheer force shatters the patella, which is commonly known as the kneecap, and this ultimately destroys the structure of the knee joint, rendering the mugger unable to stand or flee. To finish the encounter, Castle seizes the mugger's hair, wrenching his head backwards and exposing the vulnerable cervical spine. He then unleashes a downward elbow strike. A trained downward elbow strike can generate forces upward of 800 to 1200 pounds per square inch, easily enough to fracture facial bones or dislocate vertebrae. With the head hyperextended, the impact amplifies spinal compression, risking traumatic cervical injuries such as disc herniation, vertebral fracture, or paralysis. For the Punisher, there are no second chances, only consequences. Now, the techniques you just saw are not just for show. They're rooted in real martial arts systems developed for survival when lives were on the line. In real life, these aren't techniques to use lightly or at all outside of life or death scenarios. They're devastating, they're lethal, and they carry consequences, legally and morally. This breakdown is for education and entertainment purposes only, to show the science, the strategy, and the brutal efficiency behind Punisher style. Do not attempt these moves at home, in training without professional supervision, or outside of a serious, structured martial arts setting. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to punch the like button, share the video and your thoughts in the comment section, and let me know if you would like to see more martial arts breakdowns. Lastly, if you haven't already, please subscribe, and remember, respect the arts, respect the danger, train smart, and most importantly, stay safe. The Punisher Mythos is out.